Worried about investing in an Airbnb property and leaving money on the table, not maximizing your profits and barely covering your mortgage? Or are empty days in your calendar stressing you out? We operate our portfolio of 14 Airbnb properties at 90% occupancy in high season and low seasons, helping us generate 50% more cash flow than our competitors. In this episode, you'll learn what Airbnb revenue management is and the 3 ways we can help you stress less and make more money. Let's jump in. So Cullen, what is revenue management?
Revenue management is the art and science of extracting maximum cash flow from each listing. It's not just about setting up price slabs and forgetting it. We hear that a lot. You can't set it and forget it, but nobody ever finishes that paragraph, right? Adjustments need to be made to base price for each listing due to seasonality, to economic conditions. Also, near-term adjustments for vacancies need to be informed by search placement. Am I on page 2 or am I on page 3?
Absolutely. And so after creating a system that keeps our Airbnbs generating 50% more revenue than our competition and teaching hundreds of our coaching clients how to do it themselves, we had an aha moment and we were like, oh, we could help people who don't have the time or interest to deal with revenue management on a daily basis. So most people out there are familiar with the term co-hosting in relation to Airbnb. Let's explain how revenue management is different from co-hosting.
So co-hosts take care of 2 primary buckets of tasks. The first is communication with guests and vendors, and the second is price adjustments. Revenue management focuses on extracting that maximum cash flow from your listing through price and occupancy and listing optimization. Co-hosts typically charge 20% of gross proceeds, which usually is about 50% of the profit. In revenue management, it's a fixed monthly fee of about $300 per property. And here's the secret. Smart property management companies and co-hosts are already outsourcing revenue management. So who needs a revenue management company and who would benefit from them the most?
I see it as there are 3 main groups of people. 1, new hosts and investors. They're trying to figure everything out and do their very best and make sure that they're profitable. And then can be overwhelming and also intimidating to understand the complexity of pricing decisions. Some people love numbers, metrics, measuring, and constantly tracking and adjusting across different software to make sure they're getting the highest return on investment. That is 100% Cullen. Group 2 are people more like me who love designing with guests in mind, adding thoughtful amenities, and interacting with guests. Numbers just make me want to die inside. I can understand them. I can understand profits and losses and graphs and charts, but I would much rather have an expert deal with all that so I can focus on what I enjoy and what I do best as a host.
And the third group are established investors who are looking to reduce their workload and free up some time. I've got a client that has 5 listings and she does great at her pricing and even occupancy, but also works a full-time job, and it's just become a little bit too much. Another client has just 1 property, sort of forgets to go back in and make the changes. So time is your most valuable asset. If this is you, delegate revenue management so you can focus on other priorities like your family, travel, or scaling and upgrading your portfolio.
Have you heard about the double-double effect? Double occupancy equals double cash flow. And if we ever made an Airbnb rap song, we won't, but every time I say double-double.
The average occupancy for really any given market around the US is around 50%. And that's break even or just minimal cash flow. By increasing occupancy from 50 to 70 to 90%, that's where we'll really grow our profit. Our costs are fixed. So as we increase that occupancy, that's where we're really maximizing our profit. There's 3 ways we achieve these double-double results for you. Number 1 is that we are high tech. We are hyper-focused on your success using third-party dynamic pricing tools like Price Labs and informing those price decisions by tracking your search placement and rank position to inform laser-specific price changes to get you on page 1.
And if you're listening and you don't know us, go back, listen to other episodes, watch other episodes on YouTube. This is Cullen's happy place. The economics degree, the love of numbers, the love of just eking out the maximum revenue, which makes a huge difference for our family. This is what Cullen does and loves to do. Listen to what he has to say. Second thing, we're high touch. We understand that every property and market is unique. So we make expert hands-on modifications 2 times, 3 times a week to drive unparalleled profit for you. As we mentioned, we also price for search rank. You need to be on page 1. If you're not on page 1, no one sees your listing, no one clicks on it, and then no one books. So you have to lower your price. If we can price appropriately and you're number 1 or at least on page 1, lots of people see you, lots of people heart you, lots of people are booking, and it just feeds the algorithm so we can continue to rank your profits. The way I like to think about it is no one would buy a onesie, and it's the same with revenue management. One-size-fits-all solutions are not a good idea and can lead to some really shocking results and not in a good way.
And we also do more than just price decreases to get you on page 1 or get you booked. We're focused on helping you as a host improve. We start with listing optimization, beginning with your photos, making sure your photos are high quality in the correct order. We look at policies like your cancellation policy, your minimum night stays. Sometimes people have those a little crazy. Things like pets, making sure that your listing is fully dialed in to do the best job that it can for you. Also, Airbnb is always making changes. Things like instant booking, good track record. You could have had that set up one way. And when they make a change to the platform, things just get turned on.
With things like good track record, that seems like a no-brainer. Oh, of course I want guests with record as my guests. If you leave that setting Airbnb turned on for you on, anyone who has never been on the platform or anyone who's stayed multiple times and the host was just too lazy to leave them a review never sees your booking. You're invisible. So it's actually a terrible idea to have that turned on. If you're not an expert, if you're not dialed in on what these things do to affect your listing, kind of in big trouble.
Another thing smashing conversions is the photo tour that the Airbnb platform has photos. So you want to take a look at that. We keep track of things like that. So we'll get that photo tour turned off to get you back to a more photojournalistic walk through the property. Also, here's a big one. October 27th, Airbnb made a change for any hosts using product management software, which includes Hospitable, so that the host is paying the full fee. Okay. Hospitable auto-adjusted our prices up 18.34%, which was good to cover fee, but it may be too high. Number 3, we're high profit. Benefit from our continual monitoring of these policy changes and making adjustments. As we mentioned before, our clients typically double their occupancy and cash flow.
And I'm sure you're wondering, how much does this cost? We charge $300 per month per property. That's it. So one empty night that we help you book will cover the cost of us taking over the reins, helping you stress less, make more. And it's quite possibly the best investment you will ever make, second to the Airbnb property that you purchased. And who doesn't want guaranteed results without the endless mental turmoil and back and forth of, do I have the right software? Did I plug it in and sync it with Airbnb correctly? Is my pricing right? What if somebody books New Year's Eve for $22? Legitimately, that has happened to some people before they started working with us. So please think about if this is a good benefit for you.
This is the 4-step revenue management method that we use to maximize our clients' cash flow. One is the onboarding Airbnb listing optimization to review your policies and any changes that Airbnb has made recently that may be affecting your listing.
Number 2 is design and amenity review. We'll go through your pictures, decide if something's truly amazing that it should be slid up a little bit higher. There are certain amenities that you can put in for a low amount of money that are proven to boost bookings by guests. One of those is a hanging basket chair. And right now, because it's not summer season, you can find them on Wayfair for $100, $150. They legitimately do a 15% boost in people booking your property because they want that something different that they don't have in their own home. Just one example. Yeah, there's so many other things. I will not dither on about it. It's my happy place, but we want to make sure you know what you have and emphasize it and maybe add a few more things to stand out from the competition. The next thing we do is we give you guidance to achieve guest favorite status. Most people are familiar with Superhost. They're like, oh, I want to be a Superhost on Airbnb. That is a super low bar. It really doesn't matter that much anymore. What you want to be focused on is attaining guest favorite status. And there's a few different things that you need to have in place, do and not do to make sure you get it. Once you get it, it plays heavily into the Airbnb algorithm. You're going to be shown higher up. You're going to be shown further away from where people are searching because you're a guest favorite. Because Airbnb knows guests love your place, you book, and you make money, which therefore means they make money.
And as a bonus, you get access to us as your coaches for design, for hosting skills, for crazy guest situations, all that good stuff. So in addition to just pricing management, you're getting host coaching.
Great example of this was 2 evenings. One of our clients was asking us about Host Buddy. They're like, oh, we saw your episode about Host Buddy. We really want to do it, but we're afraid we're going to mess it all up. And Colin's like, you're a revenue management client. Of course, we'll help you set it up. It's easy and it's going to make a huge difference in how you perform as a host.
So there you have it. You now know what Airbnb revenue management is, how it differs from co-hosting, and how it can save a ton of stress while making sure you don't leave money on the table with unbooked nights and too low prices. So keep listening to the Host Coach Show. We're here every Tuesday sharing actionable, real-life advice, systems, and software to help you fast-track the success of your Airbnb and achieve a life of financial freedom.
Guess what? We're on YouTube, so you can stream this and other episodes on the Host Coach YouTube channel. And if you love us, give us a follow on the channel. It's brand new and we could use your help.
So if you're curious about Airbnb revenue management and how it could work for you, pop over to airbnbrevenuemanagement.com and book a free 30-minute discovery call with us.
Remember, our joy is in your success.